Hey guys, it's Jay. So, last year I did like my top 20 K-pop songs that I loved last year, and I did like a video for like my favorite things from last year, but I didn't really talk about my favorite albums from last year. So what I did was like I came up with like at least 10 albums, and I'm just gonna talk about my favorite 10 albums from last year. So I have majority of the albums on my list, but there's I think let's see, like 3 albums on the list I don't have physically, but I have her. I just don't have the physical album for it. But majority of the albums on my list I do have. So I actually recorded this about last week, I think, but I decided to re-record it. But yeah, so I guess I'm gonna just start with my top 10 favorite albums from 2015. So number 10 is Infinite H's Fly Again. I don't know why I keep thinking I'm about to say Fly High, but yes, Fly Again. Honestly, along with GD and Top, the Dongwon Hoya are like my favorite subunit in K-pop. I love those two to death. They're like, again, like I said, those two subunits are like my favorite subunits. So, we haven't heard anything from Dongwon Hoya since Alone from the season 2 album, but we haven't got like a full album from them since 2013. So so it was good to see them, make another mini album, because I was really hoping that they weren't just going to just make one album and just be done with it. So I was happy that they came back, and they came back like early, like January of last year. And I did like Pretty, but I actually liked more of the other songs on the album. Like my favorite song is As Long As You're Not Crazy featuring Sanchez from Phantom. And this album they worked with brand new music. The first album they worked with Amoeba Culture, so I know they had Zion T and Gecko from Dynamic Duo on there, but this time they had Swings, the guy's name, he worked with, I can't remember his name on top of my head right now, but he's worked with Rain, and I know he's done stuff with M Black. I know he's written songs for other people, but I know he's a solo artist as well. He's on an album. I think one of the girls from Lovelyz is on there. And, yeah, so like Swings and Champagne was the Candle. Champagne from the group's Candle and Champagne on the album as well. So, you can definitely tell, if you listen to Fly High and then Fly Again is definitely more hip-hop. Not saying that Fly High wasn't, but you can definitely tell that Fly High had that Amoeba Culture sound, whereas Fly Again was definitely more like hard-hitting hip-hop. And I really like the fact that, Dongwon Hoya had stepped it up this time. Not saying that they were lacking the first time, but they definitely stepped it up, like especially, writing all this, writing the raps. I mean, not saying they didn't before, but you know what I'm saying, just definitely, upping it up a notch with the album. And I'm happy that brand new, just like Shout Out 360 said, and M Go Personal, I definitely agree that I'm happy that brand new music had, treated Dongwon Hoya as rappers and not idol rappers. I kind of hate the term idol rappers, but I can kind of understand to an extent, because like in some cases people who are rappers, they just give them the title because they're not not that great of a dancer, not that great of a singer, so they got to give them something, so they give them rapper. But obviously in cases like, Zico, Kyung, P.O., which is majority of Block B, BTS, CL, Jungkook, Zico, these are people I don't think on top of my head. Like, I don't consider them idol rappers, obviously. So, I don't really think just because you're in an idol group, you just get the idol rapper title. Because I really feel like idol rappers are mostly just people that really don't know how to rap. Sorry, just whatever. But, yeah, I really hate that damn term anyway, especially after watching Show Me the Money 4 last season. Like, that was annoying. But anyways, this is definitely my favorite. I think between this and Fly High, I absolutely love this album. Like I said, they definitely, you know, brought it up a notch with this album. Definitely my favorite. So yeah, love this album. Infinite H. Fly Again. Okay, so number 9 is 2PM's number 5. So I am a huge hottest. I love 2PM. I got into 2PM in 2013. So I've been a fan since then. But I'm not gonna lie, I really did not like Go Crazy. I didn't like the album. I really didn't. It sounded like they were trying to experiment, but it didn't work. At least for me, it didn't. But I love this title track, Go Crazy. I love that title track, and I love, you know, the Korean version of I'm Your Man, because y'all know that's my favorite Japanese release from 2PM. And I like the Grand Edition when they had the duet. So, oh jeez, Taek and Chansung, Wooyoung and Junkei, and Nickhoon and Junho, like their song that they did together, I like those songs, but that's pretty much that. So I was a little nervous when they were coming back with number 5. I'm like, but I'm gonna give it a listen because I love 2PM. But then hearing the album, I necessarily want to pick My House for the title track, but I do like the song. And the album is really, really good. The packaging is really shitty, and I absolutely hate it. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. But the music definitely makes up for the terrible packaging. It really does. I know Junho has wrote on the album. Junkei has wrote for the album. Taek has written as well. So I love that the members are like writing on the album. I know they had before, but I don't think JYP had anything to do with this album. I don't think JYP had anything to do with 2PM in a good minute. I think for a while 2PM has just definitely been, you know, doing their own thing, which is, you know, which is great. But the album is really, really good. Nobody Else is like my favorite song. Junho, I wrote that song. And honestly, to me, it sounds like a continuation of Grown. So I honestly feel that number 5 should have came out instead of Go Crazy. But I don't work for JYP. But either way, love the album. I think that's like, it's kind of hard because I love Grown, but I love number 5. So I can't really pick one or the other. But I definitely think that that After Grown should have been number 5. I really do feel that way because it just is cohesive with each other. But you know, that's what it is. But yeah, so that's my number 9 pick for my top 10 albums of 2015. So 2PM's number 5. So number 8 is BTS, In the Mood for Love. Oops. Part 1 and Part 2. This is why I had to re-record it, because I just bought Part 2. When I first recorded it, I didn't have Part 2 yet. So yes, I have both sets, and I'm really happy. There's so much I can say about BTS. I've been riding with BTS since their debut. And just to see their progression over the years is crazy. Like, I honestly feel that with the In the Mood for Love albums, I call it the saga. I call it saga, whatever. But I feel like this could have been like a full album. Honestly, if you really want to put it like that, it could have been a full album. I consider it like that because it goes together. Like when they came out with Part 2, I'm like, okay, is it going to be like the same? Is it going to be different? But it honestly, it just blends well together from Part 1 to Part 2. I feel that with this album, that BTS definitely found their color. They found their niche. I feel like BTS was trying to find their sound in the beginning, like, because, you know, Too Cool for School was just straight hip-hop with a little bit of R&B, and then I think you can kind of hear the change with Oh Are You Late To, with, like, you know, songs like Coffee and you know, just songs like that. You can kind of hear the change, but I think you know, when people start to really pay attention to BTS was when they came out with School Love Affair, another great album from them. And then, you know, Dark and Wild, and then now this. So they've definitely, you know, progressed over the few years that they've been out, and this album is just so fucking good. And I'm really happy that because of these albums that people are taking notice to BTS, and I know that they've gained a lot of, you know, new fans because of this album. So I'm really happy for that, because I really feel that people should really I feel like people should have been listening to BTS a long time ago, but I'm glad that with these two albums that people were really like, okay, I'm gonna check them out. And you know, it was great from there. I mean, I Need You was a great song, and you know, they kind of go on this trend with like this crazy story. I still don't get the story. I've heard multiple conspiracy theories of the whole, you know, from I Need You to the prologue to Run. I don't know. I don't even want to know. I'm just gonna just let it be. I'm just gonna let that be, because me and like trying to figure out these videos is gonna give me a headache. But just I Need You, Hold Me Tight is a great song. Of course, my favorite song is Dope, because it's dope. Converse High. You know, the outro, Love's Not Over, great for the first part. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like Run at first. I was like, I don't know, but I think after listening to the album in full, I really love Run, and I really do love Butterfly. And of course, Sugar, My Bias, you know, did so good with the intro. Nevermind. My City, Bob Say, or Silver Spoons, whichever you want to call the, you know, the number 6, Wayland 52, House of Cards. Just the second part is just, this album is just, they're really, really good. And I'm really happy that I have these albums, definitely. And I'm just, I'm so proud of BTS and all they've accomplished last year. And I'm glad that they're like taking a break, because they need a break. So this makes me excited for what they decide to come out with later on this year, or just in the future of BTS. I can only see them go high, just up from here. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. So that'll be number 8. BTS is In the Mood for Love, Part 1 and Part 2. Okay, so number 7 is FX's Four Walls. I'm not gonna lie, after Sully left, I wasn't sure what was gonna happen to FX. Now, I've been riding with FX since I got into K-pop. So, like, 21 and FX were, like, the group I was riding hard for. So, I've always been a fan of FX. But, you know, Red Light, the whole promotional thing, I wasn't here for it. And I'm not going to lie to you, unfortunately, because of that, I kind of wasn't really trying to check for Red Velvet. I know that sounds really shitty, but it just, the timing was just really bad and it was really off. So I know, unfortunately, I'm not the only one that felt that way. I know there was a lot of people that wasn't really trying to check for Red Velvet because of the whole timing and canceling FX's promotion for Red Light. But so when it was, when she left the group, it was all like, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna break up? What's the deal? But then it came out with Four Walls, and it definitely just shattered my worries instantly. Literally I was hearing it on my way home. I went out and I heard the album, and just from beginning to end, definitely FX. The album, the music, it just gave me like 90s house music. So I'm 26, so I kind of grew up on that type of music, so I was here for it. And of course, you know, with Four Walls was produced by the same people that did SHINee's View. So you can definitely hear, you know, this, you can definitely see those two songs. You know, you can definitely feel it. But yeah, definitely like 90s house music, 90s dance music. I didn't really get anything recent. I didn't see, like, there was, like, no trap or nothing like that. No, not real. I mean, I mean, I guess with Cash Me Out was like a little bit of EDM-ish. I think from my understanding, Cash Me Out was supposed to be on the supposed repackage of Red Light from what I heard. So besides that, like the sound for the whole album was pretty much the same kind of genre. They didn't really go this way and that way, which is good because I can't stand when albums go like all over the fucking place. But I mean, and then with this point, you know, Luna got, you know, more chance to shine, because I've always loved Luna, even though she's not my bias, but I really do love Luna. I'm really happy that she's kind of, you know, getting more shine than she was before. And then Amber singing more, because I really do like Amber's singing voice as well as her as a rapper. But I mean, yeah, it's just a cohesive album. And to pick between the Pink Tape, Red Light, and Four Walls, I can't really pick because they're 3 different albums in 3 different points in their career. So you really can't pick. At least I can't. I can't pick one or the other. I love all 3 of them. So yeah. So that was that. So hopefully one of these days I can actually get the actual copy of Four Walls, because I actually love that album. Okay. So number 6 is The Ladies of Red Velvet with The Red. So continue on from Red Velvet. Again, I wasn't really gonna say here for Red Velvet, but when it came out with Be Natural, I was like, okay, this is what I can get with this. I wasn't here for Happiness. I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't here for that song at all. But songs like Be Natural, they got my attention. And then with Automatic, I was like, okay, I'm here for this. I actually liked Ice Cream Cake when I first heard it. I know some people had to listen to it a couple of times, but I actually liked Ice Cream Cake. But then they came back with The Red, I'm like, alright, it's your first full-length album. So what you gonna bring? It was kind of like do or die for me. It's like either I'm gonna like y'all or not. And I'm so glad I gave that a listen, because that album is so good. And I really think that album surprised a lot of people. It definitely did, because some people that weren't really fans of Red Velvet, after listening to The Red, there was like, okay, I like them now. Like that, it definitely turned a lot of people around, and I'm one of them. And if they come out with stuff like this from now on, they can be one of like my top girl groups. So I'm excited to see what Red Velvet comes out with in the future. I'm not sure if like The Velvet is going to be like, there are more songs like Automatic, Be Natural. I'm not sure. We're just going to see. But definitely I expect something from them this year. Just music. Like my favorite song is Time Slip. Yes, it sounds like fancy. But I mean, I just really love the song. Dum Dum. Another great song. Oh Boy. Red Dress. Don't You Wait No More. Just, I really love that album. Like I said, definitely one of those surprises from last year. So number 5 is none other than Jay Park's Worldwide. I love Jay Park. I'm not afraid to say it. Yes, I am a Jay Park stan. I've been a fan of Jay Park since 2013. So because of Jay, he introduced me to people like Crush and Zion T and Doki, Benzino, The Quiet, C-Jam, Vasco, Gibby Boy, like just all the, you know, independent artists that I listen to now. It all started because of Jay Park. So of course some people aren't necessarily here for his rapping. They more so are here for his singing. I'm not saying Jay is the greatest rapper alive. No. But, and I do think some of his lyrics are a bit juvenile. But either way, I do enjoy it, you know. Of course I love his, you know, songs like, you know, Star and Joa, and of course, you know, Welcome and all those, you know, those songs, of course. But so when he decided he wanted to make a rap album, I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot, cause you know, whatever. I figured, I'm like, okay, so someone's just been really into this, you know, rapping thing, especially after he joined Show Me the Money 4 last season. So I'm like, alright, we'll give it a listen. And so, of course, in Jay fashion, he adds a lot of songs on the album that were previous singles. So, like, My Last, Monet, In This Bitch, On It, Lotto, just not the remix, just the regular song Lotto, and songs like Want It. Like, I know he did like a little bit of it when he did Show Me the Money, My as well, and I know he did Boss for Show Me the Money 4. So some of these songs were familiar to me, but I mean, this album is like feature central. It's like everybody in K-hip-hop damn near like on this album, like Doki, The Quiet, Ugly Duck, Gray, Occasion, Vasco, Gibby Boy, G2, BY, Yankee, Simon D, Crush, Honey Cocaine. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. Just like there's so many features on this album, but like I think I like every song with an exception of like two songs out of 18. You're like 18, like 18 is not bad. So besides like 2 songs on the album, I love majority of the album. You know, so again, thank you to Shower 360 for giving this to me for Christmas. Thank you, because she knows how much I love Jay, and she knows how much I love this album, because I talked about it way too much. But yeah, definitely love this album, and I already know he's going to come out with another album this year because it's Jay Park, and he doesn't take breaks, so I'm expecting like some next shit from him this year because it's Jay Park. So yeah, so that was number 5. So number 4 is my second biased group, SHINee. I love SHINee. I really do. So this is SHINee's Married to the Music. I don't have Odd, so I just decided to just put Married to the Music only because I really love not only Odd, but I love the 4 new songs they added to the repackage. I mean, Married to the Music, Savior, Hold You, Chocolate, Odd Eye, Lovesick, Romance, View, Trigger, Alive. I think the one song I can't fucking stand is Wolf Wolf. I hate that damn song. But other than that, really, really great album from an amazing group. Great repackage. Usually like SHINee's repackages are like on the money, and this is no exception. Just the video for Married to the Music was really campy. Definitely campy. Like, it gave me like, I'm trying to think, like, not necessarily like Rocky Horror Picture Show, but just in that kind of sense, like, of the campiness of the video. And of course, Hold You was giving you straight R&B, gave me like old school SHINee, you know, when they were doing like R&B songs, because, you know, I kind of missed that a little bit for SHINee, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm kind of glad that they did this on the Odd album. I love Sick because it gave me replay vibes. It really did. It's just this whole album period. It's just, I'm really happy that SHINee came back last year. You know, 2014 didn't really come out with stuff because, you know, Onu had his third surgery. I think they pretty much just stayed in Japan. Entertainment had a solo, which I cannot wait for his second mini album. Hoping February, I think, maybe. So I know first quarter we're probably gonna get something from Taman, so I'm really excited. Yeah, so I'm, you know, so at that point we didn't really get anything from 2014. So last year, you know, you got Dance Dance Dance, their 4th Japanese album, I think. You got Your Number, Sing Your Song, Odd, Married to the Music. So you got a lot of stuff from SHINee last year. But definitely this album here is definitely one of my favorites from last year. So that was number 4, SHINee's Married to the Music. And number 3, continue with SHINee, is my second ultimate bias. Jiyoung with bass. I love this dude. I love him to pieces. Like, he wasn't originally my bias. Taemin was. But then after watching him on One Fine Day, I kind of just like, you know what, Taemin, I'm going to have to leave you for him because he sucked me in. But honestly, like, I was really surprised that he was even going to do this album in general, because in the past he's been like, I don't do solos, I'm cool with just doing my radio show, writing for SHINee, writing for other artists. He was cool with that. So I thought it was a joke when they said he was having a solo. I'm like, y'all lying, he ain't gonna do no damn solo. But then he saw that, you know, he came with the teaser, and I like literally called my friend on the phone and like spat for like a half an hour, because like I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was completely like, I lost it. And I paid $26 for this shit. I don't usually spend this much money on albums, but I was in New York and I really wanted it, and it's my second ultimate bias, so honestly it was definitely worth the $26. I mean, and then like some of these songs are like old. So let's see, Beautiful Tonight, he wrote that when he was in Japan, when he did his One Fine Day, his part for One Fine Day when he was in Japan. If you watch the show, I don't know if it's the second or third episode, but I know it's like the beginning of the season, they had like a little segment with him, and he's in his hotel room and he played Beautiful Tonight. So that song, that was like 2012. And then like Love Belt, I think he wrote that when he was in the hospital, and when his accident in 2013. And Crazy was like 3 different songs, so that's why like it sounds like that, because there were 3 different songs and you just put it together. Like, that's just some mad scientist shit right there. The fact that you can put 3 songs together, make it one song, and then it makes it sound like that, and not like complete another fail. Good for you. And of course, Hallelujah, he wrote with, oh, what's his name? The singer, the guy who discovered Alien. I can't remember. It's making me mad. Oh, Sung. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but yes, him, the guy that discovered Alien. I know him and Jiyoung had did Hallelujah. So yeah, I mean, this album is really good. And of course, oh, I can't forget Iron and Zion T. It's just the cherry on top. This album is really, really good. I think honestly, like, my favorite solo from last year definitely was Jungkook's Bass. So yeah, that was my number 3 favorite album from last year. And number 2 is, come on, it's Big Bang. I only have M, I don't have E, but I'm just going to just say the main series anyways. But yeah, so number 2 is Big Bang's The Main Series. Even though I hate the packaging and I hate the fact that, you know, why do you decide to, you know, give us this, whatever. I already went off about the damn that, but just honestly, again, it's like with 2 PM, the music makes up for that. It does. You know, Big Bang is my ultimate bias group along with BAP, so they're like number 1 in my book. So this is my first Big Bang comeback. So of course I was waiting for it. I was ready for it. At this point, I've been through so many solos. I'm like, okay, where is the group? I want OT5. Came out with Loser and Baby. I was literally on the bus on the way to work, and I literally stopped at the train station, sat down and watched the video because I could not wait till I was like, I don't want to wait till I got off of work. I really wanted to see it ASAP. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, luckily I was the only one at the train station, so I was alone to spaz. I actually loved Baby more than Loser in the beginning, but because just Loser was really sad and depressing. I'm like, I don't want to see Big Bang all miserable. But yeah, it's just surprising to me that Loser did really well, because I would have thought that people would have liked Baby more. But yeah, Loser did really well in Korea. So that, I'm glad to see them come back, and then they were, promoting often and stuff like that. So it was great to see them come back. And then of course with A, you had We Like to Party and Bang Bang Bang. It was like my favorite song from the entire Made series. It's just Bang Bang Bang. It's like Fantastic Baby 2.0 for me. It's just the shit. And it's like I was watching Dre's reaction to it last night, and just how he reacted to it. Like, that's how I felt when I first heard it. It was just like it just kind of not took me by surprise, but I wasn't really prepared for it. But I mean, I'm a VIP, so maybe I'm like, no, some of y'all look like, okay, whatever, but I'm a VIP, so yeah. And then If You and Sober, I ain't gonna lie, I had to warm up to those two. I really did. But I think after seeing it live, it really made me love the songs. It really did. Like, seeing those songs, hearing it on your headphones, but seeing it live is a completely different experience. Being the fact that I saw them in October. So they performed every song from the main series except for Let's Not Fall in Love. That's the only song they didn't perform live. But every other song they did live on the Made tour, and just amazing. Just like watching just the crowd singing along to these songs. And it's like I said, if you have the opportunity to see Big Bang live, I'm telling you, do not miss the opportunity, because it was a great show. And that's one of like the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. I've been to a lot of concerts in my life, but that's like definitely top 5. But definitely, yeah, definitely gotta see Big Bang live. Honestly, it just made me love the music even more seeing it live. So yeah, definitely. Of course, it's Big Bang, so I'm ready for the actual album. I'm kind of bummed that they didn't do like end of the year performances. I don't know if they're gonna do like the Golden Disc Award, because that's like the last award show. So I'm not sure, but if they do, that'll be great. If not, I'm understanding, because I think they're still on tour and they're finishing up the album, so that's fine. So yeah, and then number 1 is Reboot by the Wonder Girls. Now, this is actually my first ever Wonder Girls album that I bought. My first ever Wonder Girls album that I've listened to. Like, I've listened to the Wonder Girls before, but I've listened to like singles, but I never heard an actual full album from them. Unfortunately, it's not OT5, but it's okay. Life happens. So, of course, I'm not a Wonderful, but I was one of those people that was like, okay, are they coming back? JYP, what's going on? Like, are they breaking up? Like, what's the deal? But then, after like rumors of people they're gonna break up, like they're playing instruments, I'm like, okay. Then saw the teasers and seeing the girls kill it with the instruments. I was really here for it. So they came out with I Feel You, so I Feel You, and it was just straight 80s. That was the music I grew up with. This is the type of music that I love. I love K-pop, but I love music from the 80s. It's just something about it. It's just something completely different. I love 80s music. I really do. So it was just giving me like 80s pop, kind of like early 90s R&B. That's what it was giving me. So I'm like, I don't expect like the 2000 kids to get it, but if you aren't familiar with that type of music, I would definitely suggest just to give it a listen to. I think you will really enjoy it. So that's definitely one album I would definitely refer to someone if they're getting into K-pop. Definitely Wonder Girls Reboot. Definitely, because it's nothing like recent. No trap, no nothing, no EDM, no none of that shit. It's definitely a time warp to like back like 20-30 years ago. So definitely love the album. My favorite song is When Love Tries to Leave, but I also love Baby Don't Play, I Feel You, Gone, Back, John Doe. Just the album is so good, and this is what's I think this album is really making me become more of a fan of the Wonder Girls, definitely. So yeah, so that was it. My number 1 was Wonder Girls Reboot, but I do have some honorable mentions. So of course, Ailey's Vivid, BAP's Matrix, Zico's Gallery, EXO's Love Me Right. I'm just going to say Love Me Right because I love Love Me Right and Tender Love. And of course, the EXO's album, so Love Me Right. Foreman is Crazy. Icons Welcome Back, the full album. And Hannah's A+. And there's definitely many more albums that came out last year that I love, but then I'll be talking for even longer than I already have. So yeah, that's it. Those are my top 10 albums that I loved from last year. And if this stuff is like, if this is what we got from, you know, last year, I can only just anticipate what we're going to get in 2016. It's making me even more excited. So yeah, so that's it. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.